Hey guys, so I intended to go live earlier today, but it was just a crazy day. So yeah, better late than never. So when we have a member of our group named Steve, and I know Steve has been looking at properties over the last couple of months, and I get the opportunity to work with him in our mastermind, and it's a really exciting week for him because he's about to close his first deal. And so I just wanted to take an opportunity to use kind of what's happening in that deal. Oh, what's happening with that hair? Woo! To share with you guys just some great like learning points. So, you know, sometimes when you're new, and not everybody in this group is new, some people are really experienced, but a lot of people are new. And when you're new, it just seems like this big, mystery, like what all happens and what does it take? So I want to use this opportunity to kind of delve you in, because it's been such a long time since I've been new that sometimes I forget what I was born knowing or what just knew from life versus what I learned. And when someone that's in our program is going through it, it reminds me of all the things that are new for people. So I wanted to share some things with you. So let me give you a little bit of framework. So for starters, Steve lives on the East Coast, and he's in Florida, and he's investing in Indianapolis. Okay, so first and foremost, he is following our system that we teach for remote real estate investing. All right, hey, remote real estate investing, and we really feel so passionate about teaching people how to invest remotely. And here's why: wherever you live, you might happen to live somewhere that you can do cash flow. That's great, but a lot of people don't. They live in places where simply cash flow is not happening, right? So when you learn how to invest somewhere else without feeling the need to go there, you're really empowered for your future to be able to live or be wherever you want, but still invest in a place that makes sense, okay? So for starters, this is his first deal, and it's his first remote deal. All right, the other couple other facts is it's a duplex. So Steve is in the passive income group. He wants to build cash flow, and so he's buying a duplex. Now, the thing that was really cool and interesting about it is it was a deal that was already under contract as part of some kind of like package deal, and one of the partners fell out last minute. So through the relationships that Steve's been building with the contractors, and not the contractors, the realtors, he basically got a lead on this, and they said, here's the deal though, you have to be able to close like within a week. So all cash, which he had the ability to do because that was part of his plan. And so he's buying a property that's a performing cash flow property. There's 2 tenants in there because it's a duplex. He's buying it for $80,000, and the current rents coming in are $650 per unit. So it's going to bring in $1,300 a month with a purchase price of only $80,000. All right, so let's contrast that to like San Diego. So let me see, how much is duplex in San Diego? Actually, I don't know because I haven't looked, but it's probably like $600,000 or $700,000, and it probably rents out for, let's say, $2,500 a side. So for $700,000, I can buy 2 units and bring in $5,000 a month, or for $80,000, I can bring in $1,300 a month. So you start to see why, and it takes so much more capital to make that big one happen. And then the cash flow is not positive, like it doesn't even meet the 1% rule. For those of you who don't know what the 1% rule is, that is when you look at the purchase price of the property, the monthly rents should be at least 1% of that. All right, so if I'm buying something for $700,000, $5,000 a month is not 1%. So I'm gonna end up maybe breaking even if I'm lucky. But nobody's getting into passive income to break even unless you're doing an appreciation play, and that is not what I teach. It's not that there's anything wrong with getting appreciation, but when you're going for passive income, you have to make sure you're making cash flow, and appreciation is the bonus, okay? So anyway, so he's buying this $80,000 duplex, $1,300 a month rent coming in. So what we were talking about today on our group mastermind call was, okay, so you got to do some like fast due diligence on this thing. So he had his home inspection today, and he had asked the question, he's buying another property, one that's already renovated, and he had said, well, do I still need to get a home inspection since it's renovated? Okay, and the answer is absolutely yes. Always get a home inspection, because it doesn't matter whether it's renovated or all the way down to the bones. There's parts, there's the foundation, even if it's down to the bones, there's still foundation that needs to be reviewed, and the structure. if it's already been renovated, you don't know the quality of the renovation. You don't know that if there's anything wrong. So you always want to make that investment. So that was today. Home inspection seems to have come back okay. No big red flags. So some of the other things I was asking him, now if he was buying this as a fixer and he was going to fix it up and then resell it, then we'd be talking about doing ARV verification. And we'd be talking about getting multiple contractors in there to ensure that the rehab numbers were right? But in this particular case, he's buying it as a performing cash flow property, so that's not part of the equation this time, but that is typically part of it if you're gonna do the BRRRR strategy. You gotta know what you can refinance it for, and you need to know how much the rehab is gonna be. All right, so that is normally part of the process. That won't be part of the process this time. Some of the other things I brought up to him is, have you seen the leases? And make sure you get the leases so that you can confirm the rents. Make sure that you know what the security deposits are, because he's closing on Friday. Like, it's so soon. Title companies frequently forget to credit security deposits, and they're not doing it on purpose because they have nothing to gain. They really don't care. It's more that they're just not accustomed to closing for investors. Most people who do closings are homeowners, so there's no security deposits. So I reminded him, make sure that you double check to see that the security deposits are on the closing statement. The other thing is, he's closing on the 14th. Well, that means there should be 29 days, 15 or 16 days of prorated rent that he would get as far as the closing. So I was like, make sure you keep an eye on that. Make sure you tell the title company that you're closing remotely so they can send you the paperwork. You get it signed, notarized, and you can send it back in time. And then you just wire the funds. So those are some of the things that he did. Other question they asked was, what about the property management situation? What is that about? And he said it's currently being managed by the previous owner's relative. And he said, so that I'll have to get. And so he already started calling property management companies, and he has one that he is probably going to use. And so he's already doing all of the things. It was such a good reminder. Deals don't usually go this fast. Like, typically we ask for 30 days, but this one was super quick. And so we just kind of had to do a quick double check to make sure that he had reviewed everything. But like, it's a really BFD, big freaking deal for Steve, because he was self-disclosed, like, man, it's, you get into analysis paralysis, analyzing, and it is just like such a gift when you finally get to the point when you pull the trigger and you do it. But there are ways to do it safely and securely. And that is putting a lot of controls in place and using your power team. So, and that's exactly what he's doing. So huge shout out and congratulations to Steve Caro. I feel like he's been in this group almost since the beginning, which wasn't very long ago, a couple months. But it's really fun to watch his journey. And then he's closing on another property in 2 weeks, a single family home that's already renovated and just waiting for a renter. So it's pretty exciting, and everyone else who's in the mastermind is like celebrating with them, and we're all really inspired and excited. So anyway, I hope you found that helpful. Just thought I'd share some thoughts with you guys and hopefully pick up some good stuff. Let us know what you want as far as like education and classes and stuff like that. I always love hearing your ideas, and I'll bring them on the live. And have a great week, guys. Bye.